Hello, this is Life Stories. My name is Justine, your host, and I warmly welcome you to the show. When Owen said I do to her husband, she did not know that 3 months down the road, she would say goodbye to her husband, and not just to him, but to a world that called her an angel, a world that adored her and looked up to her. Today's story will show us the true meaning of coping after family tragedy, but also we celebrate a good woman, an unsung hero. This is Life Stories. Welcome. Agnes Tumuhimbise was born on 12th October 1980 as the firstborn child to Benon and Jessica Bitwiire of Bugabo village in Katabi sub-county. Owens, as she was fondly called, was a happy child. Her ever-energetic spirit was infectious to her family and community members. Throughout her life, Owen's parents considered her a beautiful flower in their garden of life. They never imagined that her honeymoon period would be her time to say goodbye. You're watching Life Stories. We're in Bugabo along Garuga Road in the home of the Bitwiire family where Owens came from. We're going to talk to Owen's parents and they'll be telling us about their ordeal and also much more. Find out. Hello, Mama.
Yes, please.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you for having us here.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. God is keeping me.
Oh, that's good. So, Mama, tell us about Owen's life growing up.
Owen actually was born on 12th October in 1980 in Virka Hospital. And she was actually the fattest baby of the year. Actually, she has been, I may say, a miracle in most cases. She was put in Uganda August by then as a baby of the year. She was weighing 6 kilograms. You can't believe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I delivered her from the the theater.
And it wasn't a cesarean
No,
birth?
but you know those days they were bazungu, caring, knowing that she was the firstborn. They were like, it took me 4 days, waiting, turning this, until finally I delivered. But I had this scissor alongside.
Okay.
And I delivered her normally. She was so beautiful, so big. Everybody was like, wow. And she really grew up as a girl who was so kind, so generous, so loving. And as she grew up, she really was a God-fearing girl. Because I remember even in her primary, she used to lead in the scripture union. When you go to secondary life, Chinyasano girls, she was among the first girls to be saved, and they were like, how does she make it? She was actually a very kind girl, loving, and above all, the way we nurtured her. I used to be Mother's Union worker. I was a church warden. I was indulged in so many church activities, and whenever I would go, I would make sure I'm with her, you know, the firstborn. So all that I really wanted her to be, she really became that one.
Owens Agnes Tumuhimbise was a jewel to her family. At home, her people considered themselves lucky to have her. Owens was the fixed daughter and big sister. One person was shared as a best friend by each one of her family members. Bring it to Owen's attention and it shall be well. So the family believed.
She loved children so much. She would even, in the quarters like in Nakaseki, she would just go to any family and say, when was this one born? Then she picks all the birthdays of all the children around, as you saw in the newspapers. Then she would make a birthday party for all of them in their quarters. In the quarters of NTVUganda where we stayed, in the quarters of Chinyasano, so everywhere. So she loved children. And it was one of the things which really touched her at the last moment.
You as a parent, how come this girl had this personality? Was she like that at home?
Definitely. She was even, the siblings would tell you that whenever we would give them the pocket money, she would just call them as they are leaving and say, have this one. Let's say we give them 20, 20, 20, 20. She would make sure she gets the other 10 and she shares among the other siblings. She had that big heart, even at home, even here. I remember she had vowed never to marry before we are settled somewhere. And she said, you have tried for us, you were simple teachers, but you have managed to bring us up slowly, slowly to where we are. So I will never marry and leave you just in quarters. And she's the one who actually bought this piece of plot. We just added on recently to make it big, but she's the one who started. You know, having that, Ashka, I think she was too empathetic, if I could use that word. She would never want anyone to be in a bad condition.
Owens was a master at relating with people. She loved everyone and was always willing to help. Her level of cheerfulness was equivalent to her level of kindness. The young lady was a hero. Owens touched lives in a way that even she may never have realized.
The rest are okay also, but for her it was really beyond. We have another one, Charity. She's another one. She's also another one who is almost like Owens. Almost. But for Owens, whenever she has been, everybody will tell you, no, this is not a real human being. At one time you say, how can somebody really sacrifice her life for someone? That was Owens. We have always called her a noble girl. Noble, loving, you know, everything good. In fact, her weakness, what we would call a weakness or something bad on her, it was being too empathetic. Because you know, today in today's life, people don't sacrifice themselves for others. So you would find friends saying, Owen is real. No, I can't do this. No, I have to have this on myself. No, you can't continue doing this. They look at that one now as being too much. So otherwise, I don't remember anything bad about Owens. It's very miraculous.
When she completed O-level at Kinyosano Girls Secondary School, she declined to join Senior 5, opting for nursing at Mengo School of Nursing and Midwifery. Although it did not settle well with her parents, it was safe to say that Owens was born a nurse. From childhood, she always monitored her family members when they fell sick.
She came and told us, you know, after completing Senior 4, I know my parents, you want me to go to Senior 6 and go to university and, you know, the firstborn of the family and become a graduate. Said, yeah, that's what we want. Then she said, no, I'm requesting that I go for nursing after Senior 4. Then we were not happy. We said, no, wait, no, you have to go. He said, no, you know what? I want to go for nursing. From there, I will do what you want. Don't worry. We had to do counseling. And people had to counsel us actually to allow her to go to the nursing. So she, after Senior 4, she went to Mengo for nursing. From there, she continued, registered nursing. And that's when she started staying alone. The Mengo people retained her. And I remember one of her tutors, Madame Mutiaba, she used to say, I don't know how you managed to bring up such a girl. Because I remember at the time of Ebola in Mengo, when the other doctor died in the north, people were expecting Owens to have died that time. Because where people didn't go, for her she would say, if God prepared me to die because I'm serving people, as a nurse, that is my profession, and I loved it, let me die. And I die here. Because if I die treating people with Ebola, and they say I've died here, then I would be very happy. And the people are like, Banang, you leave that place, it is the dangerous zone. She would say, God will protect me. And that's when I started seeing the powers of God. And she survived it.
Coming up on Life Stories.
Mommy, please come. Come to Mulago. Come and see me before I die. Mother, please come. I'm dying.